When you hear the word Islam, what comes to mind? For some, it might be images of prayer, mosques, or fasting during Ramadan. For others, it might be a sense of community or a way of life that shapes millions of people around the world. For many, it's a religion with rules and rituals. But if you look a little deeper, you'll find that Islam is much more than just a set of practices or traditions. At its core, Islam is deeply rooted in morality, how we treat others, how we behave when no one's watching, and how we connect with the world around us. It's about building a life based on compassion, empathy, and respect, not just for ourselves, but for everyone and everything we encounter. So, what is Islamic morality? What does it really mean to live a moral life as a Muslim? In simple terms, it's a code of conduct, a set of values that guide every action, big or small. These values aren't just for special occasions or religious holidays. They're meant to be woven into the fabric of daily life, shaping every decision and interaction. Honesty, kindness, patience, justice, and generosity, these aren't just good ideas. They're essential. They're the foundation of a good character. And in Islam, character is everything. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, once said, "The best among you are those who have the best manners and character." This teaching highlights that true greatness isn't measured by wealth or status, but by how we treat others and the quality of our character. That's right. Morality is at the heart of faith. It's not just about rituals, but about living with integrity and compassion every single day. Islamic teachings go beyond just praying or fasting. They encourage us to be active participants in making the world a better place, starting with our own actions. They ask me to be fair, even when it's hard, to stand up for what's right, even if it means going against the crowd or facing criticism, to speak the truth, even when it's unpopular, and to be courageous in defending justice, even if I stand alone, and to help others, even if I get nothing in return. Acts of kindness, no matter how small, are highly valued in Islam. For example, giving charity or zakat isn't just charity. It's a moral obligation. It's a way to purify our wealth and remind us that everything we have is a trust from God, meant to be shared with those in need. Smiling at someone, offering a helping hand, or forgiving a mistake, these everyday acts are considered forms of worship. Even the smallest gesture, like a kind word or a warm smile, can be an act of faith. But it doesn't stop with people. Islamic morality extends to all living things and the world we live in. Islamic morality also teaches respect for animals, nature, and the environment. The Prophet Muhammad taught kindness to animals and care for the earth long before environmentalism became a global movement. Wasting food or water is discouraged. Every resource is a blessing, and we're taught to use them wisely and with gratitude. There's a famous saying, "Do not waste water, even if you are at a running stream." This wisdom reminds us that stewardship of the earth is a sacred trust. It's about balance and responsibility, for myself, for others, and for the world. Every action, no matter how private, has an impact. One of the most beautiful things about this moral framework is that it's not just about following rules. It's about intention. Why we do something is just as important as what we do. In Islam, my actions are only as valuable as the intentions behind them. If I do something good just to impress others, it loses its true value. Doing the right thing, but for the wrong reason, it doesn't really count. Sincerity is the key that unlocks the true reward of any action. It's the sincerity that matters most. A pure heart and honest intentions are what truly define a moral person in Islam. So, whether I'm dealing with friends, strangers, or even enemies, I'm called to act with kindness and dignity. Even in difficult situations, I'm encouraged to respond with patience and understanding. The Quran says, "Repel evil with what is better," meaning don't just react, rise above. Responding to negativity with goodness is a powerful way to break cycles of anger and hate. In the end, Islamic morality is about striving to be the best version of myself, not just for me, but for everyone around me. It's about self-improvement, learning from mistakes, and always aiming to do better. It's a daily effort, a lifelong journey, and honestly, it makes the world a kinder, more compassionate place. When each person tries to live by these values, entire communities are transformed for the better. And that, in just 3 minutes, is what Islamic morality is all about. A way of life that brings out the best in us and helps us bring out the best in others.